3 for the Clio SoF. Welcome from Snetterton. What do we have in store for you this week? Quite a few things. First of all, the track itself, Snetterton, more on it in a second. Second of all, 88 drivers, the second highest participation in the history of the Clio SoF, which means Split 5 racing will return this week. So a busy week, many races to watch. So let's focus a little bit on Snetterton itself. Before I want to mention Miguel Freitas, who we see here. He is our championship leader. He has won the first 2 races of the season. And here Dylan da Costa, one of his big championship opponents, so to speak. But now let's focus on the track itself. Snetterton. We are driving the 200 layout, 2-mile layout to be exact. 3,219 meters in length. We have 8 corners. The last time we have been here was last season, which Dylan da Costa won an epic battle against Miguel Freitas and Kevin Anfield was in P3. We can expect 11 to 12 laps. And where are the key points of this track? I would say turn 2, the hairpin, turn 4 and 5, nasty chicane, and the final corner as well. These are the spots where we will see the most, let's call it action probably. And to give you a bit of an insight to the track, we have prepared a demonstration lap, and then we will jump to the starting grid, and then we will watch Split 1 racing. Can Miguel Freitas three-peat to start the season? Once after another. Now let's take a look at the demonstration lap. And here we are on the demonstration lap on the Senna Straight here in Snetterton. We can expect the top drivers to drive 1 minute 20 times. But we are now going to turn 1, Riches, long right-hander, 5th gear for the top drivers. Down to the first key point we mentioned earlier, Montreal, that hairpin. You can choose different lines here, or rather we will see different lines here. Then the Bentley Straight. And if you made a good progress, you have a chance to attack down there. But the problem is, turn 4 and 5, really tricky. The chicane featuring the Brundle corner and the Nelson corner. Left one Brundle, watch out, don't lose the car here. Right one, watch out for the curb. Take much from the outside with you and into the bomb hole. Long right-hander into another long right-hander, Coram. Yeah, wait, be gentle with the gas, or else you understeer into oblivion. And the final corner, Murray's. Again, watch out for the curb. And this is 1 lap in Snetterton. And now let's find out how our starting grid for Top Split looks, and then I will see you at the start of the race. And there we have it. This is our starting grid. Freitas, our championship leader and current champion. On pole, Dylan da Costa. P2, Snetterton, week 3. Let's go. And everyone gets off nicely. No jump start, no forgetting how to start. Lovely. Down to turn 1 for the first time. Freitas, da Costa, Hernando. Andy Oakley goes a bit wide, but nothing too major. Ah, look! Roman Perschke tries it on the outside against Aidan Mitchell. Little contact there. And Mitchell is about to drop a few positions, I'm afraid. Yep, he is down in P9 as a result. Little bit of contact in turn 3. We talked about it. That the hairpin, which is technically 2 corners because of the left side, is one of the key points. Speaking of key points, this section, the chicane, Brundle Nelson, went nicely for the first time. I would bet money that this will not continue like this. It is a super difficult corner. Kevin Anfield, he is in P12, being chased by Maximilian Zöhrer. And I also noticed that Zöhrer and Philipp Weiss are driving the same livery. Do they belong together, I wonder? Probably. Maybe we can find that out in the near future. JB Masida, he is in P7, chasing Cedric Gibrat. Andy Oakley wide again here in turn 1, and he's now in P18, which is last. Tomasz Reisisch and David Ward fighting for P14. We saw a short position change there, and they are chased by Bruno Gaiotto. The only Team Nacional driver in top split, no Gilberto. So he has to hold the flag up, so to speak, for the Brazilian national team. And we see lots of smoke! And David Ward and Thomas collide. And like I said, turn 4, it's dangerous, especially with that curb, and David Ward demonstrated it to us sadly, and he says, this is it for me, ports to the pits. Probably too much damage on the car as well, I don't know. But this was in lap 2. And we write that down. As we always do. Okay, so one car in the pits, probably out for good. 17 remaining, lap 3. Kevin Anfield to the inside. We don't see it anymore because now we're focusing on Andy Oakley, who tries the same thing against Philipp Weiss and gets past for P16. Aidan Mitchell against Carlos Rivera on the back straight, the Bentley straight to be precise, into turn 4. We jump away from it, which is a shame. It would have been a good picture, I assume, because we see position changes. We see Kevin Anfield dropping.
Kevin.
Whoops. I forget it so often. Especially since the new UI. I don't know why I start to forget this. Anyway. We heard Bruno for a moment apologizing to Kevin Anfield. We will take a look afterwards what happened there in lap 3. But since Bruno apologized, I think we know that Kevin probably was not at fault, but we will take a look at it, what exactly happened. Racing incident, yes, no, we have not seen it, so it's hard to speculate. Aidan Mitchell, great qualifying, race not so great so far. The little contact with Roman Perschke in turn 3 of lap 1 that cost him several positions, and we see them for the first time in this race since the start. Freitas and Da Costa. Last season they had a battle for the ages here in Snetterton. We have a broadcast of this. Watch it afterwards. Or watch the entire catalog of SoF races we have broadcasted here on this channel. Maximilian Zöhrer chasing Piotr Jegilewski. This is for P11. Bit of a gap to P10. Josep Barilla, Aiden Mitchell, and Carlos Rivera. If we take a look at the map, bit of a gap between 2 and 3, then big gap between 5 and 6, and then between 10, 11, and 13 and 14. These are the gaps. Gebrat and Masida. Turn 1 down to turn 2 Montreal. Cutting to the inside, we saw a bit. We see smoke, we see a car going wide. This is Carlos Rivera, but he can stay. But this is what I tried to talk about in the demonstration lap. Not the cleanest corner section for Carlos Rivera, and it opens up a possibility for Aiden Mitchell right now on the Bentley straight into Brundle and Nelson, but it is a dangerous corner. It's so difficult, especially with that high curb, and it is so easy to lose the car in the transition between turn 4 and 5. A little contact there with Tomas in the back and Andy Oakley. Tomas losing 2 positions as a result. Roman Persh. Oh, Raul must have made a mistake. He is no longer in P3. Lost 2 positions. I can only write down Raul lap 5. I will have to take a look afterwards to see if it is highlight worthy or not. Jegilevsky and Bruno Gaiotto, who had a rough start to the season, only scoring 2 championship points, which means 2 below P60 positions. Remember, we have a new point scoring system on Clio SoF.com for the overall standings. And yeah, P12 would be a bit better than what Bruno sadly had in the first 2 weeks. Remember, he was part of the big incident in Oulton Park in Split 2. Again, take a look at it. We have everything on the channel. Andy Oakley goes wide. This is a prime opportunity for Kevin Anfield to get P14. This should be it. Yes! We have also visual confirmation. Freitas and Da Costa. 2.2 seconds to James Lazuk Smith, Roman Pershke, and Raul Hernando. The age-old battle, it seems as. Freitas and Da Costa. Last season, this season. And Philip Weiss. Also for P16 we have battles. It doesn't matter if for P1 or P16, a battle is a battle and it's a battle. Weiss. Reisisch. Breaks a teeny tiny bit later, it appeared, but too far away to take advantage. Da Costa, he's close, he is close. Turn 4, both stable through that section. In general, top split, from what we have seen at least, takes it good. Cedric touches the curb a bit and loses a bit of ground against JB Masida, 0.8 seconds. Now, we are in lap 7, at the end of lap 7. We expect top split to reach 12 laps. For the rest, probably 11 laps. Maybe split 2 also getting to 12 laps, depending on the race pace. Split 2 is borderline for that. But here we probably will get 12 laps. We are in lap 8, just as a reference. And the gap between Da Costa and Lazak Smith is increasing. 2.7 seconds now. And Aiden Mitchell and Cedric Gebrat to the inside, darts through, counter, and Mitchell gets sent wide. Rough race for Aiden Mitchell. Rough race. After qualifying in P4. again. Gebret takes the curb much harder than the rest. Or rather, he takes the curb, the other three did not. And maybe now Aiden Mitchell tries, shows himself. Wants to get his nose to the inside. Doesn't get it fully. Gebret stays relentless. But maybe now, it was a good corner by Aiden Mitchell. Subpar by Gebret. Tries the inside, Gebret blocks it. That was his one move. Turn 1. Mitchell tries it side by side. Brave, brave. Good battle here. Down to turn 2. Montreal section. These 4 cars, Mitchell. Now he's on the inside. Last lap he was on the outside. And Roman Perschke tries to get into P3. But not with Laszok Smith for the moment at least. It feels as if he's the tiniest bit faster than James, but overtaking is a whole different beast. Us Dylan da Costa against our championship leader and current reigning and defending champion. 3 minutes on the clock, by the way. Yeah, what? And don't forget, for Roman Perschke, he not only has he to think about attacking, he has Raul Hernando right behind him. So if anything goes a bit wrong, I just noticed that. Why do I notice it just now that the iRacing TV battle screen in the bottom shows not the liveries we are using? I apologize for that. Oh, it appears on some cars only. Weird. We can't change it. We cannot change it in the middle of the race. Just noticed it for Roman's car and James's car. But these two, we have them. Doesn't matter. Let's focus on the race. Aiden Mitchell, Cedric Gebret, P7. They are still fighting. Aiden Mitchell is still looking to get away around Gebret. Maybe now. He had a good corner. Now he has a chance. Now he can get the job done. And Aiden Mitchell is in P7. Nicely done. Gebret now in P8. That was a great move. Anfield, this is P15, 14, 13 and 16, 17 right behind them. Andy Oakley leading this pack. 4 seconds behind Bruno Gaiotto. And Roman Perschke, he will try it if he gets the opportunity. Andy Oakley losing 1 position to Piotr Jigilewski. Kevin Anfield looking as well. He's on the outside. This could be good for taking the inside. We have seen that move once or twice, and once or twice we have seen that the outside car gets into the grass as a result. It happens once again, and Perschke tries it again, but James has a good defensive position there. Great stuff. Dylan da Costa on the outside of turn 7. Coram. He tries it. He tries turn 8. Murray's. They are side by side. And we get 1 more lap of this, I believe. Yes, we get 1 more lap. The white flag is out. Sadly, our overlay does not show it. But trust me on this. Dylan da Costa still on the outside. He wants to get this win. Freitash, 3 wins in a row. Not on da Costa's watch. Freitash breaks late. Knows the advantage that the outside can have. Great job. And now on the Bentley straight. Down to Brundle and Nelson, the race decider. Maybe. Da Costa goes to the outside. Stays behind, puts his car in a position where they collide! Ay. For Freitag, not so bad. For Dylan Da Costa, really bad, losing 2 positions as a result. And Gibran and Rivera! Big contact there between Carlos Rivera and Cedric Gibran. He loses 1 position, 2 positions as an aftermath, many positions. Ay. And Freitag wins. Lazar Smith, Roman Prishke and Dylan Da Costa in P4. We will have a look at the entire sequence between Freitag and Da Costa from like turn 6 to turn 4 in the highlights. Basically a full lap. But man, what a race! And what a finish to the race. And Freitag wins for the 3rd time in 3 races. Congratulations. But this was intense. And now let's take a look at the standings, how it affects everything. Shall we? And we are at the standings as usual. Sadly, a bit of a spoiler, of course, for the other splits. We do not focus too much on that, of course. We only focus on our top split participants in this race. And one thing before we take a look, you will see it in the highlights. I said I believe that there was a collision between Anfield and Gaiotto. This was not the case. You will see it in the highlights. So just to be sure, no, that was a mistake on my end, but things happen if you don't see the incident. Yeah, Miguel Freitag, he won 3 out of 3 races. Is anybody shocked that he's leading the championship? I don't think so. Lazar Smith, Hernando Perschke, the other direct chasers, but the gap is big. But remember, drop rounds, and we still have 9 races after this, so nothing is decided, but so far it looks good for Miguel Freitag. Dylan Da Costa in P6, Kevin Anfield in P7. Few other top split participants like Zöra in P20, Josep Barilla in 28 May. Oh yeah! Good thing! Little update on ClioSoF.com. I said it last week, the site just gets better and better and better and better. Now we not only see the arrows to decide that the driver, to show that the driver goes up or down. Wait a second. Okay, I have to talk with with John and Kevin because I noticed something. Nathan Mead, by all respect, you have not dropped 32 places in this week. You were not in P2 or P3 or whatever the thing would be. Yeah. Okay, so we have a little bit of tweaking, but overall the site is getting better and better and better. And those little things will be ironed out. But it's cool that we have it. Also cool that we see who had his first race. The same thing you will see in the split championship. Sorry for this little off-site banter. Over 100 drivers, many new. I read the word new a lot, which means we have a lot to take in for the other splits. And yeah, same thing here. Freitag has won all 3 split 1 races, so is anybody shocked that he is leading? No. And yeah, but like I said, the season is still young. Nothing is decided, but we can say it is looking rather good for Miguel Freitag, early on at least. But yeah, this was top split 1 from 5, so many races left here in Snetterton. I hope you enjoyed it. And now some highlights, and tomorrow split 2. Take care.